What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Tim and Jeris Sports Talk. We got Chris here today, of course. What up, Chris?
What's going on?
Oh, having a blast. What up, Zach Plays Games? He says, hey, Tim. Well, hey, Chris, too, right? The GOATs are here. Hashtag, says Hassan. What's up, Hassan? What is up, everybody? Anyway, Chris, how was your week?
It was okay so far. It's okay so far. How about yours?
Just okay. Not too bad. Just working, doing this. I did get bad news that one of my good friends' dads passed away, which was sad. But we'll keep on plugging through. But it is what it is. Templar, what up, Templar? Big game on Sunday. Absolutely huge game on Sunday, and we'll definitely get into more of that. But first things first, thank you all for having us hit 2,500 subscribers this weekend. We have now crossed that 2,500 barrier. The next step, 3K. We'll see how quickly we can do it. But yeah, a lot of fun growing this channel. And thank you so much for all of you that subbed, and then the 9 of you that are already in watching this episode of the Tim and Jeris Sports Talks. So we're going to have some fun. But hey, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Into the news this week. And we're starting with Montez Sweat. We were so excited. You can see here, I'm coming back soon. Or am I? We were like, yes, we're going to get Montez Sweat for rivalry week. A big game. We need our defense to step up against a really solid offense. And as soon as he gets cleared to come back, now he's testing positive for COVID. So he's going to be out at least a week, potentially 2, depending on how it works. But he also was the one that did not get vaccinated. That was a whole thing with him. And maybe now he's considering the vaccination, considering what he thought about it. But anyway, what do you think about this Montez Sweat situation there, Jeris? Are you getting a loud background? There you go.
Hold up. You just...
All right, no worries. I'll handle it. No, but it is funny to think back at the Montez Sweat where he had that press conference of, why would I get the vaccine if I've never gotten the disease? It's like, okay, Montez, I see that you don't understand how vaccines work. Like, the whole point of a vaccine is to prevent you from ever getting the disease. But, I'm not somebody that's trying to say you have to go get the vaccination. But at the same time, this is a big reason why you should go get it, right? It's now you're in a key situation. You're coming back on a big, big game for the division. And now you're not available for the team, And it's not to say that there have been people that have gotten vaccinated and then still not been able to play. So it's not a guarantee that if you went and got the vaccine that you're definitely going to be available for when you need them. But it increases your opportunities, or I should say decreases your opportunities to get COVID, and then more likely than not, you're going to play. So, but anyway, yep, good old Montez Sweat. Unfortunately, we're not going to get him back, but the defense has been playing solid without him. So I don't know if this is necessarily going to be a devastating blow, but at the same time, we were hoping to get at least some more talent on the D-line. Anyway, you all good there, Jeris?
Yeah.
All right, so what's your thoughts on Montez Sweat?
I don't care that he's not playing. Would it be nice to have him? Sure. But, I don't care. I think they said he's going to miss the next 2 games now. We definitely don't need you. We don't need you against the Eagles. So, goodbye. keep getting healthy, but yeah. It doesn't bother me at all. He's out. Let's just give him more time to get his jaw healthy. That's the way I see it.
For sure. And this is the game that you would definitely want him, unfortunately. I agree. After this, it's not going to be so critical because I think all we have to do is at least win. If we win 3 out of our next 5, we're in, guaranteed. I think 9-8 basically cements us a spot in the playoffs. Now 8-9, now you're getting a little sketchy there. Will 8-9 get you in? Potentially. But 9-8, I think, is a lot.
Lose to Dallas twice.
No, I'm not predicting one way or the other. I'm just saying all we need is 3 wins. I'm not I'm not saying that wasn't a prediction. That's just a statement of we only need 3 more wins out of our last 5 to get in. But if we win this game, now we're shifting our focus from making the playoffs in the wild card to potentially stealing the division from the Cowboys, right? But if we lose this game, we're almost a lock not to make the, win the division. The Cowboys would have to have a monstrous collapse towards the end of the year. But it's definitely it's a big game this week because this is going to be the trajectory of our season. Are we going for the wild card or are we going for the division? Yeah, we'll have to go from there. But anyway, it just sucks. And I don't think he should have to miss 2 weeks. But at the same time, that might be one of the protocols they go with guys that are not vaccinated, that you're going to get punished harder than the ones that are vaccinated because that's just how the NFL is rolling, But I don't. It's tough. It's tough.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What are you guys saying about this? I'm watching Minshew this week. That's funny. Hurts is still out, maybe. I'm not sure.
Minshew.
Fully vaccinated people are still getting it. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I understand that it's not a guarantee that if you went and got the vaccine that you're definitely not going to get COVID, but obviously it decreases your chance of getting COVID. So, and then if you want to be in these big games and you got to be there, or not got to, but you want to be there when the team needs you the most.
Juan Gotti talking sports is in the building.
5 straight.
Juan
Gotti's here. What up, Juan? Nice rap video you had over there. The Cowboys diss. Did you see that, Chris?
No, I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, go to Juan Gotti's channel and check out the Cowboys diss. Juan Gotti always can put out some decent music, actually, for not being an artist. It's kind of funny to how he does the auto tunes or whatever. He mixes it well that it sounds like it's a legit, rap hit kind of thing. So very cool. I don't know, man. It's a hard game, to be honest. Yeah, we'll definitely get more into this game towards the end of it for sure. Excuse me.
Oh, boy.
All right. On to the next thing here. Got bad news on Logan Thomas. It looks like he's going to be out for the remainder of the season. It was kind of a wild ride. You didn't know exactly what was going on with Logan ever since the injury happened. Watching it live, you're like, oh crap, he's going to be done. We're screwed because he's rolling on the ground in pain. Then he went to the sidelines, and instead of going to the locker room, he went under the blue tent, and you're like, okay, maybe he has a chance. And then he stayed on the sideline, so I'm thinking maybe it's not as bad as we thought it was going to be, because usually if they have a torn ACL, they're off to the back doing x-rays or doing whatever. And so that was kind of a nice sight. But then we got news from Adam Schefter that it was probably an ACL tear, but they didn't really know yet. They're waiting on the tests. And then Ian Rappaport reported that it was not an ACL tear, and then maybe he would come back. But now we're getting word it looks like it's over. But hey, at least he should be good for next year. It doesn't seem like he's going to have that long recovery time. Yeah, no problem, Jeris. But so that's good news. So overall, how will we fare without him? And was that Yannick Ngakoue a dirty hit to you? You got to unmute your mic.
I think it was a dirty hit because first off, you don't do that. I mean, the explanation was, oh, I wanted to avoid my block, so as a result of me wanting to avoid my block, I'm just going to go low. Why it's a block. You go head to head.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was a dirty play. I think I want to see more Samus to begin with. Mm-hmm. I don't think we've seen enough Samus, and then Ricky Seals-Jones can't go. You still Bates. He's caught a couple good passes, but do you want to rely on Bates in the receiving game? No. What we did while Logan was out, we targeted Terry way more, and we made Terry more of a focal point, which I'm happy about. So him being out now, I don't think it should hurt. I think Terry, that means you going back to Terry, what you should have been doing in the first place. Ricky Seals-Jones, if he comes back, fine. You got another receiving threat who's more than capable. We seen it when he was in here. And then John Bates can make a play here and there, fine. But I still want to see Samus because teams don't really know about Samus. I would like to see in the red zone, you go play action, have Samus like sneak out the back for like a catch. Because people just think, okay, Samus coming in the block. But if you sneak him out in the back, boom, they're not really going to account for him because they don't think you're going, you know what I mean? Play action it the other way, have Samus sneak out one way, shift everything then attention to the right side, you hit Samus on the back end. So I think we should do a better job. I mean, this game, Ron said he needs all hands on deck. He means, technically he said that he needs the fans like he needs us or whatever. But I think he's going to try to pull out all the stops in this game because essentially you win this game. You pretty much got everything in place. But Logan, it shouldn't be. I don't think it should be it wasn't a loss when he was out. So I think it shouldn't be a loss now. But I do think this. I did want to make this point. I think going into the draft and free agency, you may have to find another tight end to go with Ricky Seals because depending on how significant, I don't think he's going to be out a year. He should be ready by next year, probably.
Yeah, I think he said there was some damage, but I think he avoided the tear, which is good. For sure. Ricky Seals-Jones looks like he's potentially playing. He did practice today, so we may get him. Yeah, we may get him back, which that would be very big because as I completely agree, he's been a very serviceable tight end in Logan Thomas's absence. He's had a drop here or there, but he's also had some big catches, like on the sideline, third down catches. So he's not the red zone threat that Logan Thomas has been for us, which is definitely our the biggest thing we miss about Logan Thomas is the red zone with him. But Ricky Seals-Jones, between the 20s, he's definitely a big part of, almost a safety blanket, if you will, for just like Adam Humphries. Neither one of them got the ball a ton, but when we had that third down that we needed it, they're right there. I wanted to address this here. Is Logan Thomas going to be Jordan Reed 2, part 2? Reed was a baller but was made of glass. I think that's unfair. That hit was just like Jordan Reed's hit against Atlanta. Yes, Jordan Reed was made of glass in a lot of ways, but nobody would have, I wouldn't say nobody, but most guys would not survive the hit that Logan Thomas just took or the one that Jordan Reed took in that Atlanta game. Those were dirty. Those were incredibly dangerous plays, and a lot of guys would have gotten hit. So I think it's a little bit unfair to compare him to the guy, the 17 concussions Jordan Reed. But it is what it is. Ricky Seals has been balling for sure. Bates is good tight end option, says Bod. What's up, Bod? If you use 12 personnel in short and medium range, not an every down guy. Yeah, he's not the third down and long type of dude. You're basically running one route with him, and that's a seam. You're just putting him in there to run a seam route, and he's made some plays in that one. So I'm pleased with John Bates, considering what I thought he was going to be. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
He catches slightly better than Sprinkle. Slightly.
I would say he catches a lot better than Sprinkle. Sprinkle couldn't catch anything. Stone hands for sure. Are we a national TV or is it a Sunday ticket type of game? It's a 1:00 game. We are playing the Cowboys, so it's potential that it's going to be in a lot of markets, but it is only a 1:00 game, so it's not like a game where we're playing at 8:00 where everybody's able to watch. So we'll see. I know a lot of you are in many parts of the world, even some UK fans or New Zealand, I think. So those kind of games, it's all dependent. But playing the Cowboys definitely increases our chances of being played in other ways because obviously they're one of the more popular teams throughout the country. But hopefully that changes soon, but we'll see. Sprinks was garbage. Yeah. Bates has dropped 1 out of 6 or 7 balls. I don't even remember the drop he had, but he catches a lot better than Jeremy Wrinkles. Butter hands. Yeah, stone hands, butter hands. He had them all. I think his hands were made out of stone and somebody put butter all over them. That's pretty much describes how great of a catcher he was. But we'll see. All right, let's hop back into our or not hop back into, but let's go ahead and just discuss the Raiders game one more final time. Washington defeats the Las Vegas Raiders, goes all the way to Las Vegas and beats them 17-15. I'm going to start with this. Was it a pass interference or nah on that final play?
Yeah, I say it was PI. It was PI. We got away with it. I don't want nobody to say we didn't. It was PI. Yes, it was PI. Blatant. Yeah, but you know what? I would have thrown it. I wouldn't have thrown it because I really don't believe it hurt him in any kind of way. I just think you pulling his jersey. So in that regards, a PI, but you're not impeding his progress. The man's like what, 200 pounds? You tugging a shirt is not, and he could have caught it still. If that was Darren Waller, he still would have caught it. Luckily, it wasn't Waller.
Or probably even Renfro. Renfro may have screwed us for sure. No, I agree. But the one thing is I think it would have been a bit of a bailout for them. I mean, we've seen way worse pass interference no calls. Think about the one against Houston with Josh Doxson a couple of years ago when we were sitting at 6-3. We could have beat the Houston Texans and moved to 7-3 that year before we obviously lost Alex Smith and the season went to crap. But so we've seen way worse that wasn't called. I think it would have been a bit of a bailout. It was a bad play call. Why go for it all there? All you need is a field goal. Like, you don't need to take the top off of the defense there. All you needed was like 30 yards, and Daniel Carlson is there in field goal range. So I thought it was a bad decision by Derek Carr, and it would have been a complete bailout if they would have given it to him. It's not like when we had it against Houston, there was like 7 seconds left in the game. Like, we had to go deep in that play, and then we were hung on like drapes. This one, you had like 32, 33 seconds. I mean, you have plenty of time and a timeout, plenty of time to try to get down in the field goal range. I thought it was a bad play call, but also it was hard to see. With the cameras, it's obvious, right, that he grabbed the jersey. You could clearly see he grabbed it. But if you look at the angle that the ref had on it, I mean, all you see is a black glove on a black jersey. Like, you don't see the grab, because you didn't have the perfect side view on it. It was the umpire that's actually, because it's so deep downfield, he's behind the play now, and it would have been a tough call to make. It would have been an assumption call. The assumption would have been correct, but at the same time, the game can't hang on a ref making an assumption that you may have interfered with the receiver. I think that would have been a really tough call. But anyway, all right, what's the rest of your overall thoughts on this Raiders game? I know we got into a big debate. I'm not trying to rehash the debate that we got after the game, but I just want to get your overall thoughts on the game after a few days of thinking about it and whatnot. What else could you say about this game?
That's not going to be Dallas. That's what I can say about it. Won't be Dallas. We should have lost. Unacceptable. Lost. I don't want to see us play like that again. It's not going to be good enough against Dallas. It's not going to be good enough the teams that we're going to play against in the playoffs. Don't want to see it. Now that Logan's out, we can get back to doing what we should have been doing. And that's getting these chunk plays, pushing the ball down the field. That's what I want to see.
I love this game. The game plan, I think, is just absolutely beautiful for how this team is set up. I don't think we're a very extremely great football team, but I think the coaching staff is getting the most out of what they're getting. We have an undrafted quarterback. We have a very suspect receiving group, especially with Logan Thomas out. Of course, we have Terry, but after that, it's Curtis Samuel hasn't been the same yet. DeAndre Carter is more of a return guy that's made some plays for us, which is nice. Like Ricky Seals-Jones, John Bates. This is not a group of guys that are the top echelon of the NFL. I think that Taylor Heinicke is doing just enough, which is awesome. That's what we need out of him. His completion percentage is through the roof. It's a lot of dinking and dunking, but I'll take it. And then that also allows this defense, a lot of people think this defense is playing a whole lot better, which in ways it has played a whole lot better. But we're still not getting turnovers. We've gotten one turnover in the last 3 weeks. We're still a horrible secondary. They're able to slice and dice our zone whenever we go to it. It's horrible. But the defense still has some problems. The one great thing about the defense is we're stuffing the run, which is awesome. Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Cole Holcomb in the run game's a lot better. So we're stuffing the run when we need to, and then that's causing third and longs, which has helped our third down percentage. Our third down percentage was one of the worst in the league. That has come down dramatically, which is another big reason why we're winning games. But I thought this game was drawn up exactly how we need to win games, because we're not the best team in the league, and it helps everybody slow the game down. We don't get into a shootout. We don't give their offense a ton of opportunities. I think the Raiders only had 8 or 9 drives in this game, and that's huge, because if you give that Raiders team 12 drives, they probably score 24 points. 27 points. But since we slowed the game down, they didn't have as many opportunities. The defense wasn't on the field as much. And we come out the victory 2 weeks in a row, 17-15. You know the last time there was a game that ended it with a score 17-15? 2016. And we've had back-to-back games end 17-15. I knew that was rare. I said it in my recap video, but I didn't realize that, yeah, it's actually extremely rare. And then to have back-to-back games, I thought that was just a funny score. But speaking of, are we a very good football team? According to the power rankings, we're a top half of the league team right now. They have us ranked in the top, like, at number 15. Are people overhyping this team right now? Like I pretty much said, I thought we are getting overhyped. Or do you actually think it's a legitimate case that we should be ranked in the top 15?
Overrated.
Overrated.
Overrated. No, we not no top 15 team. Not these last 2 weeks. What you looking at? What you looking at? That's a bottom 5 team these last 2 weeks. Bottom 5 at best. Top 15, my foot. The first 2 games, top 10. Last 2 games, bottom 5. Now,
so that averages out to about 15.
If you want to average that out, to me, that should come up right about 20, 25. I say top 25, I get it. Top 15, lost their mind.
Booty butt cheeks, says A Killer. Bottom 5, a bit dramatic. Yeah, that's Chris, right? No, you got to, when you look at the top 15, you got to compare to the other teams, and if we're top 15, I think it's due to our coaching staff, which is funny because all of us at 2 and 6 wanted, like, basically this coaching staff was on the hot seat, right? Like, we were so mad, and honestly, rightfully so. They made a couple of bonehead decisions. Hey, Landon Collins back at safety, right? Or going with Ryan Fitzpatrick in the first place. Trying to throw the ball way too much with an undrafted free agent quarterback with not very good weapons. Our decision-making in a lot of ways on the coaching staff was bad to start the year. But as Ron Rivera said, after the bye week, he evaluated what he was seeing. He made the changes necessary, and now the coaching staff has been absolutely phenomenal. Like, look, you can nitpick here or there. You don't like that play call at this position or this, that, whatever. You're never going to have a perfectly called game at any time. But we're putting Heinicke in the best situation possible. We're putting our defense in the best situation possible. We're winning the field position battle. We're winning the time of possession battle. We're doing a lot of things right that your coaching staff has really changed this team, because honestly, we've gotten more hurt over the last 4 weeks, and yet we're now winning more games. So I don't think it's because we've gotten more talented with how our players are actually at their talent level, but it's clearly that we're playing to the best of our possibilities. And of course, Bod, we're trying to score too fast. You know, the 8-minute drives just way too fast, but no need to score too fast. I'm opposed to it, says Kalen. Yeah, for sure. You get explosion. Okay, cool. Grind the clock. Get stops. It's simple. For sure. All right, so what do you think? So you already said we're not a top 15 team, so never mind. But yeah, I don't know. It's because you are what your record is, and we're actually in the top 14 teams, technically, right? Because we're in the playoffs. We're the 6th best team in the conference, and then if you look at the AFC, they probably have a few more teams that are right there on the cusp of being in the playoffs. But we're in the dance, sitting at 6-6, at not just at the 7th seed, which is crazy to think about when we were sitting at 2-6, that we would hope and pray that we made it to the 7th seed. But then just 4 weeks later, we're sitting in the 6th seed of the league. So I don't know. I'm a fan. And I hope that we continue to prove me wrong, of all people, because, I've been wrong for quite some time. Oh, man, it's funny. It's funny. Let me see here. All right, cool. Any last things on the top 15 team? Templar says 15 is where the team should be rated, is exactly where, That's the middle of the road record-wise, which is exactly where we are. That's fair. Yeah, we're better than the Eagles. Yeah, Well, the Eagles are just a half game behind us now. They should be on a bye week this week, I think, because they're sitting at 6-7. They're on a bye week this week, aren't they? So even if we lose this week, we still hold on to the 7th spot over the Eagles at 6-7, because we'll have a better division record than them, because I think they lost to the Cowboys earlier, and we would only have one division loss and we would only have one division win as well, actually. Why did I think we had 2? I forgot that we haven't played anybody else, but I don't know. We're better than the Jags, Lions, Texans, Giants, Falcons, Panthers, maybe the Seahawks, maybe the Dolphins, maybe the Steelers, and the Browns. I think they have the Steelers rated higher than us, though. We're better than the Browns. I think the Browns have just had a really tough schedule in a lot of ways. The whole AFC North had a tough schedule this year. They had, I don't remember which 2 conferences they played. I think they played the Chiefs conference. Yeah, they played the Chiefs conference, and then I think they played the West. So I think they played like the Rams and such. So yeah, they had a really tough schedule in general. So them being 6-6 is not. It's a surprise. I had them having a better record, but I don't think it indicates that they're a bad football team. But anyway, all right. Taylor Heinicke. We mentioned him a few times, and a lot of people are defending this guy heavy. Is he a top 15 quarterback in this league right now? I ask you, Chris, is he a top 15 quarterback?
Nope, not top 15. I will give him top 25. Top 15. 25. I get so tired. I get so tired. He's playing good enough football. He's not a top 15 quarterback. No way, no how. That's my limited thoughts on it until you go. Then I'm going to have some more to say.
All right, me next. So, when you say, can someone be a top 15 quarterback? The question is what do you mean, right? And as you know, we like to say, bot is fatfa, right? Statistically speaking, he's a top 15 quarterback right now. Statistically speaking, which is crazy to say. So can he be a top 15? Is he a top 15? Currently, yes, when you look at the stats. Now, when you look at it with your eyes, no, he's not a top 15 quarterback. Like, he's held the ball way too long and took sacks in situations he shouldn't have. He puts the ball in danger quite a few times, which it's been better these last 4 weeks, hence why we're winning, but he's still had times where he's put the ball in danger. He doesn't have a great arm. You could see that when he throws it, sometimes like on especially on the out routes, if that's Josh Allen or Pat Mahomes or Justin Herbert, that ball's going to get there in time, right? That ball's going to get there. But then we throw it because of Heinicke, and the defender gets there, and he's able to get a hand in there and tip it away. He doesn't have the best deep ball out there. So when you actually put your eyes to the tape, I don't think that he's a top 15 quarterback. But what he is he's a gamer. What he is he just tries to find a way. He's magic. I mean, he's got some Tony Romo in him if I've ever seen it, right? Tony Romo had so many times where it's like, oh, you got him in sack. Wait, he escaped? How in the world did he escape? It's not even like he's that. Neither of them are fantastic athletes. But the Seahawks play, it was quintessential Taylor Heinicke. He's dead to rights. He's got I think it was I can't remember who the linebacker was off the top. He's coming screaming up the field. You have a defensive end diving at him, and all he does is go into the fetal position, and then he closes his eyes. Then he stands back up and he's like, "Oh, I'm alive!" And then he runs for 2 yards. Like, he's got magic in him, and he's got heart, he's got determination, he's got drive, and he's also got some clutch gene in him with the third downs where we need him, and he's got a super high completion percentage. So those are my overall thoughts on the Taylor Heinicke situation. What do you have to add to that?
I do not want him as the franchise quarterback here in Washington. That's not who he is. He's a good guy. I don't mind if he's starting next year, but he ain't the franchise. We need to bring in a real guy that's gonna come in here and reignite this franchise. He's the gasoline. He's pouring the gasoline, but the guy that's gonna come up in here is gonna set the fire up. Taylor Heinicke is a good quarterback. It's what he is. He can make him some money on the market if we keep him to his contract go up. I like Heinicke. He's good enough for us this year, but let's pump the brakes on franchise.
Yeah, I like to say he's now, not the future. He's the now, right? He's the guy. I don't want to go to Kyle Allen. I don't want Ryan Fitzpatrick back in there. I didn't want to trade for a guy like Mitch Trubisky or Marcus Mariota. I don't want to make those kind of moves before the trade deadline. Nobody on the free. I wasn't looking to go to Cam Newton. I wasn't looking to go to anybody else out there. I'm fine with Taylor Heinicke now, in the moment. He knows Scott Turner's offense better than maybe anybody out there, period. And he's done a good job. What's that?
Why? Like these last two comments, Heinicke has the potential to be a franchise. No, he doesn't. He's only getting better. He's 28. We don't have time to keep growing him.
Better play action than Taylor.
What?
He's cheap and literally statistically in the top 15.
He's not. Oh my gosh.
Per contract, it's kind of like
we ran.
But per the contract, it's like
it is what it is.
It's like pound for pound in fighters, right? They say, what's his name? Mayweather is the best fighter pound for pound. Dollar for dollar, Heinicke is the best quarterback in the league. Period. He is number one in the league if you go dollar for dollar. And that's actually kind of important. He is I challenge you to challenge anybody, find me a better QB divided by their contract. You won't find a single one. He's the number one quarterback, dollar for dollar. Mac Jones, dollar for dollar? Nope. First of all, Mac Jones, I think, is more expensive because he was a first-round pick. I bet Mac Jones' contract is higher than what Taylor Heinicke is getting right now, because Heinicke's only base pay is like $910,000. It's a 4-year, $15 million for Mac Jones, so 15.5. So that's basically just under $4 million a year for Mr. Mac Jones. Heinicke's better. You know who actually might be an interesting one for that? It might be Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson's contract actually is really low right now. So maybe he's the one that's dollar for dollar. Maybe.
No, he's not. He's not. Okay, the last 2 weeks he did not get better.
Yeah, I would say he probably played better in the Carolina and Tampa game. I think that's fair. But these last 4 games, he's played better. I would even say these last 4 games, all of these last 4 games, which is going to be weird to say when you first think about it, is better than what he played in Atlanta.
I disagree.
Atlanta, he threw 3 balls that should have been picked, and luckily were dropped.
I mean, he did the same thing these last couple of
easy picks. He has not put the ball nearly in his dangerous situations. Not nearly in his danger.
I want Atlanta Heinicke. That's who I want.
Because, like, when he threw it to Terry this last week and got intercepted, his arm got hit. It wasn't just a bad throw. Like, the ones in Atlanta were just bad throws that he was having.
I want Atlanta Heinicke. That's what I want.
I want Atlanta. I don't want Atlanta
I
Heinicke.
want
I don't.
New York Football Giants Taylor Heinicke. That's what I want.
Nope. I want this Heinicke. The clutch on third downs, the steps up when you need them.
Or threw a pick on the third down that was dropped that everybody seems to not mention.
Which one is that?
The drop pick.
Oh, there was a bad drop pick this last week, wasn't there? You're right. Who was it that had a chance?
Trayvon Moyrig, your guy.
Oh, yes. Trayvon Merrick. He almost did. Yeah, you're right. That one was bad. But that's 1 in like 3 games. I'll take 1 in 3 games. Dude had 3 in 3 games. Or in 3 in 1 game against.
Even though that wasn't his fault, but he threw one in Seattle.
The pick?
Yeah.
Well, no, that one hit Logan right in the chest.
Yeah, but it's still in
popped
harm's way.
No, he threw it right in Logan's chest. Right in Logan's chest. If he becomes mid-range Brett, that's all we need. Boom, franchise.
That's not a franchise. You know, I'm not even about to explain what a franchise quarterback is.
That's funny. I want to see 1 more year of his. That's all. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, hey, and you know what? I just want to make sure I reiterate this, okay? This is my opinion on Heinicke. I have 0.0 problems with being wrong. If Taylor Heinicke becomes our franchise and we don't have to use a draft pick on a quarterback this next year, and we have a guy that we can look towards the future and be our next Kurt Warner, I mean that is the best path forward for this team. That's the best case scenario for this team is Taylor becoming our franchise. I just don't believe he is, and that's but I'm rooting for him, and I would love to be wrong.
I would hate to be wrong. I'm not rooting for him to be the franchise quarterback. I'm not.
We know. We're fully aware. No, it's all good. On to the next one. Picks are not picks unless they are caught. Every QB has dropped picks. Everyone, even the glorious TB12. I mean, true. It's true. There's a lot of dangerous throws out there. That's true. But it's just, I don't think they should be forgotten, though. And I don't think Tom Brady puts it in harm's way a ton, but he does technically have balls where he threw them out there that could have been picked, and they don't. So fair enough. QBs stink through the this upcoming draft. There's a couple of QBs I like, but I'm still praying for Sam Howell falls to 3 or 4.
Are you going to keep on praying?
Sam Howell in the 3rd is an absolute steal. That's a must.
He's not dropping that far.
Honestly, he's a must in the 2nd round. I'm not pressed to draft him in the 1st, but if he's there in the 2nd and we didn't draft him, I'm going to be highly disappointed. Tim, do you think – here, what's this say, Templar? Tim, do you think that there has been a single game that Heinicke has cost us a loss that can be directly attributed to his play only? Only, I think that's harsh. But, I mean, definitely the Bills, he did not – he contributed big time negatively in that one. He had 3 picks and picks in crucial downs against the Bills. But obviously no game is going to be solely on him. But I'm trying to think of other ones maybe.
Saints. Well,
yeah, I mean, he had interceptions.
That wasn't solely on him, but he was trash. It wasn't solely on him, but he was terrible.
It's true. Our defense has played like crap the first half of the year, more on their shoulders than hit. Oh, well, we'll see. They all tie together. But 100%, our secondary is the biggest reason why we are severely lacking in games. Our secondary is a problem, for sure. But saying that, it's all tied together. Because if Heinicke's throwing a bunch of turnovers, now you're putting your defense on the field a whole lot more, or a bunch of incomplete passes even. Your defense is getting much more tired, much more worn down, and by the end of the game, they're just getting absolutely torched. But our number one problem on this team, do you agree or disagree, is the secondary?
I would say it's the second problem. If you're talking about this year, it's the first problem. I think you should have worded that one better.
What?
Because I don't. Are you saying moving forward that that's the biggest problem?
Our biggest problem right now is the secondary. Like
Okay,
the
that's what
reason
I'm
that
saying.
we're
Right now, it's
yeah
the secondary.
yeah the
But
reason we're
moving
6-6 is because of the secondary. Like we could have a better record if our secondary was playing like we thought they were going to play. And with Cam Curl, Kendall Fuller, William Jackson,
I'm not
Benjamin
saying Cam. I'm
St-Juste.
saying Will Jack and Kendall. Those have been the disappointments in
Yeah, I
Bobby
wouldn't.
McCain.
Well, I was just naming the secondary that we thought that we were going to have a great secondary in general.
If
But
they
yeah,
were that,
yeah.
we'd probably be undefeated.
Yeah, or definitely better than 6-6. There's no doubt.
Yeah, we'd be. But sadly, they're not.
Well, I kind of include the linebackers. I guess the secondary. They're not technically in the secondary because they can be in the front seven or the secondary. But yeah, I'm also thinking about the linebackers in the zone. Like like they're terrible in those situations. I kind of like put them all together, but at the same time, that's not correct. You guys you're right with that, Templar. That the linebackers are a huge problem on this team, but we can't cover a soul. So I was kind of including the linebackers in the secondary because they're a part of the coverage, which is a big problem. Even Tim's favorite Troy Aikman is on board with Heinicke hype. Drink the sweet Kool-Aid, fellas.
I'm not.
I'll drink it. I don't care. I'll have some fun with it. I already said my piece. Now from now on we're just talking hype and Heinicke. Hype Heinicke train on. St. Juste showed some promise before he got hurt. He did, and also everybody's forgetting about Torrey McIntyre.
I hope we bring him back.
He got hurt against the Bills, right?
Falcons on the last.
The Falcons. Yeah, the Falcons. The last play of the game.
His only problem, if he turned his head, he's a Pro Bowler because he's always there. He just never turns his head. He's always there. You're never gonna burn him. You're never gonna beat him. He's always there. He just never turns his head. If he start turning his head, he's gonna lock down whoever. I want him back badly.
Fair enough. But anyway, speaking of the linebackers, do we have the worst linebacker core in the NFL? And what do we need to do to fix this group? We did, just to show you guys here, we did sign Milo Eifler, rookie out of Illinois, who was on the Miami practice squad, and we'll see how he does. He is now on the 53-man roster. He's a 6'2", like 225-pound linebacker, got good speed, 4.5 speed at the linebacker spot, a little bit of a coverage guy, hard hitter out of Illinois. But besides that, also get your thoughts on that. What do you think about this linebacker room adding Milo Eifler?
Well, firstly, the linebacker room is horrible. We had the worst linebackers in NFL history. They're terrible. Jamin Davis is a bust as of right now. Yeah. Cole Holcomb is decent, but he's not. He hasn't gotten better. He hasn't gotten worse. He just hasn't done anything. John Bostic, we know how bad he is. Khaleke Hudson, he never really plays. We got some guy named Heinicke, so whatever his name is.
No, not Kyle. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Jordan, whatever. And Jared Norris, yep. David Mayo. We have a horrible linebacking core. Yeah.
You like the Milo pickup?
Yeah. I hope that he gets his role. I hope he starts going into next season. I'll give him a nice big fat contract. 4 years, $20 million.
Ooh, okay.
$30 million for Milo. Because he's better than Jamin. He's better than Cole. He's better than what I mean, the only thing that makes this linebacker, we are recycling, but Landon makes our linebackers recycling. It takes us from trash to being recycling. Because he's good at linebacker. That's it. We don't got nothing else outside of Landon, which is sad. Because a safety had to come play your position because you're not good at it.
Jamin Davis wears 52 to emulate the Washington legend, Ryan Anderson. That's a great comment, Pig. Oh, that's funny. Shaka Toney is actually a defensive end right now on our team, and I think that's a good spot for him because he's got great speed off the edge. But anyway, I like the Milo Eifler pickup. I wasn't a big fan of him coming out. That I thought that we maybe wanted to use a draft pick on him. I would have liked to draft him over a guy like Derek Forrest, but I wasn't a huge fan, and I like the pickup because I think he's a good athletic linebacker. But the problem is we already have athleticism. Our problem is not athleticism, right? Jamin Davis is a guy that's 6'3", 230 pounds, running a 4.3 or low 4.4.
Don't look like it when he play.
Right? Cole Holcomb is a 6'1" linebacker, something like that, 240 pounds, running a sub 4.5. So we have athleticism. We're not doing a good job coaching, which is insane. Thinking about we have Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio, two amazing linebackers in their day, know the linebacker's position inside and out, and for some reason, we can't turn this athleticism into anything. We can't make them an effective group, which is really frustrating, and I don't know. So
it is.
It's nice bringing in a nice athletic guy like Eifler. I think he is better than a guy like David Mayo. I think he's better than a guy like Kunajik, even though I kind of liked Kunajik. I would like him as a backup, not a starter. But I like Milo, but I'm afraid that it doesn't matter if we're not going to be able to coach up that kind of raw talent. I don't know if he's necessarily...
He's a guy that I don't give a crap. I'm going after whoever. We don't have that.
Yeah.
We don't have that. James sitting there looking scared. Cole looks clueless half the time. We need a guy who will be like, you know what? I don't care what y'all talking about. Wherever the football at, that's where I'm going. That's what we need.
Yeah.
We don't have that outside of Landon.
It's kind of like they pour relative athletic score over scheme fit. I mean, I don't even know. I don't feel like Cole Holcomb and Jamin Davis and a guy like Milo should be not scheme fits. I feel like these guys should be linebackers that should be able to fit just about in any scheme. I mean, size and speed translate to any scheme that you have out there, right? I don't know a single scheme that you're like, I don't really like having size and speed. That doesn't make, you know what I mean? But at the same time, they're clearly not. But Cole Holcomb's been in the league for 4 years now. He's got to be
exactly
an intelligent linebacker. I don't think Cole Holcomb's dumb. I don't think Jamin Davis is dumb. But it's just, for some reason, it's not clicking. They're not figuring it out. And it's especially seeing how quickly we developed a guy like Sam Cosmi or Keith Ismail, who I don't think is very good, but playing decent. You look at our offensive line coach. We've had multiple starters now along our offensive line, and it seems like whoever goes in, they play well. But now we have a linebacking group who I think is arguably maybe even just as talented as far as athleticism, and yet we can't get anything out of them, and it's frustrating.
They can't
Super
cover,
frustrating.
and he's supposed to be a cover linebacker. He can't cover. He letting Derek Carr burn him. I mean, Josh Jacobs just letting loose. He can't tackle in open field. I mean, what is he good at then? What is he good for? He can't cover. He can't. How many tackles he missed? He missed 4 tackles that game, just in open field, him 1-on-1.
Yeah.
And then Cole don't turn his head around. I mean, we need a clean house.
We need.
And you know what? House. Come to think of it,
mm-hmm.
Even if we do get another linebacker, they can't teach him. So you're gonna have to probably get a veteran. That's what all our linebackers for the next 10 years.
We should have signed 40 veterans. I mean, we could have had KJ Wright. We could have had Perriman. We could have had.
While we on the linebacker topic, Zach Cunningham's a free agent.
I mean, all right, I'm done with the linebackers. I'm not gonna lie because it's just gonna.
He's a free agent. He's 26 years of age, coming off a 162 tackle season, I think.
I like when somebody agrees with me. Agreed, Tim, says Bod. Our O-line parts are all ready to play game day. knowing what they have to do and communicating well. Our linebackers are playing so slow, like they don't know what they're supposed to do. Yeah, it's especially when we play zone. I mean, zone is just horrifically bad, so bad. But anyway,
Yeah.
all right. Before we get into this Cowboys preview, or should we do that after? Actually, let's do the Cowboys preview first. So, what are your thoughts going into this Cowboys game? They're 8-4. We're 6-6. It's we've had some injuries like we talked about. I can pull those up while you get going, but we're 4-point dogs at home. They're giving us a 36.8% chance in the matchup predictor, which I think is about correct for our chances. I think there's a solid chance we can win, but I think we should be underdogs. But that's my thoughts, early thoughts anyway. What do you think about this team or this game?
This game has blowout written all over it. It has blowout written all over it. I was talking to myself about it in the car. I always say that. But this game has blowout. This game could literally be 49-13 Dallas. Because our secondary is terrible. That's how I feel about this game. How I also feel is I think we're going to lose this game. I think we're going to lose. But we have a chance because it's the Cowboys. They make them. I don't think we're going to be able to stop the offense because, I mean, you lost who? You lost Jamie. I mean, he wasn't worth any. He wasn't going to do nothing anyway. But now you're going to have some random out there. And they're going to abuse us. Defensively, we're not going to do nothing. Offensively, we're going to have to score points because we're not going to stop them from scoring theirs.
We didn't lose Jamin, right?
Yeah, he's not going to play. He's in concussion protocol.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
So
I was looking at IR, but no, I got you. Go ahead.
We have to get well over 30 to win this game, or 28 or whatever, because we ain't stopping them. So unless we can get to 27 with the help of Brian Johnson kicking probably a couple field goals to get us into the 30s, we ain't winning this game. But I'm picking us to win a game.
We got to have 30 to have a chance this week. I disagree with that comment. I don't think we're going to have to get 30. I really don't. Because we slowed down games. Like, that's everybody, like, not everybody. There's a lot of you understand it in the comments. A lot of you get it. Okay? And then there's a big portion of our fans that doesn't get it. The reason it's 17-15 the last 2 weeks, or we only got, we held Carolina to 21. I guess that's not great, but we held, I think, Tampa was only 20 or something like that. I think they had. Like, we're holding these teams that have really good offenses because we're not keeping the offenses on the field. We're not giving them enough time to score a ton of points. So just like we are going to struggle to get 30, the other team is going to struggle to get 30. I don't see this game, it could get ugly. I mean, if you have a couple of turnovers, then it could get ugly. Then it's a blowout, like Chris said. I only see us being a blowout if Heinicke throws like 2 interceptions or more in our side of the field, right? But it's going to be tough for them to get 30. This game could completely be won with 23 points. Like, it's not unreasonable to think that this game can't be 23-21 or 23-20 with Washington winning. I think that's how we're going to have to win, is we're going to have to make sure that they don't get a bunch of offensive opportunities. I don't want to see Dak Prescott just being able to walk up and down the field consistently, and then all of a sudden we give him a turnover in our own 30, and then they easily score a touchdown to extend the lead. This game is completely winnable, and it doesn't need to be a high-scoring shootout. It really does. I mean, Denver held them to 16. Minnesota, well, they only had Cooper Rush at that game. Kansas City is great defense, held them to 9. I understand Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb didn't play much, but still, it's freaking Kansas City. I mean, you're really telling me Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott, Tony Pollard, Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz, that guy Wilson. What's that?
I don't think Michael Gallup was back for that game.
So they were listing all 3 of their wide receivers, is what you're saying?
So.
I thought he was playing that game, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but anyway.
I don't know.
I definitely know that Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb at least didn't have a lot of catches in that game. I don't think Cooper played at all, and then I think CeeDee Lamb only had 3 catches or something like that for 15 yards or something. But you could totally win this. It's not like they're gonna automatically score 1,000,000 points, okay? Especially with how we hold on to the football. We don't give them a whole lot of opportunities. But I think this game is a winnable game, but I think we should be underdogs. What up, Tim?
You can't
Tim Carroll?
slow the game. I don't care. Listen. This is what you're not getting. You can slow the game down all you want. Once they get the football, they're scoring touchdowns. I don't care how much you slow the game down. It doesn't matter with them. We're screwed this week. They're going to just march down the field. Like you said, unless we get turnovers, which we aren't, which you just mentioned not too long ago, we're not going to get turnovers. So you can forget about that. That's the only way. We got one turnover. We get one turnover, we win this game. You don't get one turnover, they're going to blow the doors off. We're not stopping them. We can hold the ball for 50 minutes. They're going to score in the 10 that they got. That's the problem. This is not. You know why we beat Tampa? We got those 2 turnovers, didn't we? Got us in 2 good field goals. If we didn't get those 2 turnovers, we wasn't winning that game. What's their faces? Carolina, we just basically really we just outscored them. We actually pushed the ball down the field and doing what I want us to do in that game. I want us to do this game. But you're not stopping CeeDee Lamb, Dalton Schultz, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, Blake Jarwin, Tony Pop. We're not stopping them. You know that. You know that. I don't even know why you're trying to give this false hope. We ain't stopping them defensive. Our secondary is terrible. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? The zones are gonna get blown up. Wheeljack can't cover his soul. Kendall, oh my gosh. And then Bobby. Forgot all about Bobby.
How do you forget about Bobby?
Our only chance in this game is if we put the ball in the end zone.
That's true, too. They didn't score a ton on the Saints either. Respond to this. We've lost the turnover battle the last 2 weeks, though. True, but they weren't turnovers in our side of the field. They were basically as if we had a long drive and it ended in a punt. Because I think it was the one that was popped off Logan Thomas, that was inside their own 20. And then last week, I think they got it at their own 35 or something like that. So we didn't give a turnover that put them in to, 1st and 10 at our own 40 or our own 30 or own 20 even. It wasn't on our side of the field. I'm sorry, excuse me. But anyway, yeah, so yes, there's there's differences in turnovers, right? Like when we fumbled the ball, I think it was against Tampa or was it Carolina? That was in their own 5-yard line. I think it may have been Carolina where Gibby fumbled it inside their own 10.
Yeah, it was Carolina.
Yeah, and so that's a different turnover. Obviously, it's never nice to have a turnover, but when the offense still has to travel the full length of the field, it's not as bad as having, giving it to them in easy situations. So that's what I mean by it can get out of hand if you have bad turnovers. Every turnover is bad, but there's some that are worse than others. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. Cool. Anything, last things to say before we get into the 5 keys to victory?
No.
You sure? No, I'm just kidding. Here we go. Chris is awful high on Dallas. Where was this, Chris, Sunday night when I was telling him Cooper and Lamb are better than McLaurin and Samuel? I know, right? No, it's all good. All right. 5 keys to victory for beating the Dallas Cowboys. Number 1. Do you want to go first or me first?
You.
Number 1 for me, shut down the run. The Cowboys like to get away from the run when it doesn't work early. If we shut them down quickly and force the ball into Dak's hands the entire time, that's going to give us a much better chance than if we start letting Zeke or Tony Pollard get loose, and now that opens up the play-action game and the great receivers that you guys were talking about, that they all of a sudden have more opportunities because we have to get more in the box. We have to shut down the run first and foremost, early and often, so they get away from it, and then they become a one-dimensional football team. That's number one. But go ahead. What's your number one?
My number one. Force them to throw the 31.
Good old Cameron
That's
Curl.
my number one. That's the
All right,
only one.
all right, what's your number two?
Number two. Play press man coverage the entire game.
I like it. I will go ahead and skip to my number four because it basically matches your number two. I say avoid zone coverage, especially on key downs. I know that you can't play man the entire game because you will get sliced and diced if they know what you're running. But I think at the very least, it should be 60-40 man to zone. At the very least. And then on key situations, we should be playing 80-20 man to zone. I am tired of these 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 9s, 3rd and 10s where we're sitting back, rushing 3 or 4, and it just gets sliced and diced. Yeah, it's just terrible. Send the blitz, 5, 6, even 7 in some cases, depending on the third down. Get to Dak Prescott, play man-to-man. You got much better coverage out of man-to-man players than you do in the zone with William Jackson, with Kendall Fuller's, okay, Cameron Curl, that can be anybody in the slot, basically. Like, that's going to be much better matchups for. So that's my number two. My number three, we've been talking about it now for a little bit. No turnovers. We've done, as what's his name said, we've lost the turnover battle, and then you could also combine that, get some turnovers. We've gotten 1 turnover on defense the last 3 games. We're pulling the wins out, but these games could become blowouts if we get 2 turnovers in a game, right? Especially on their side of the field, and it gives our offense more opportunities. And now that helps us get more points. But especially on offense, I don't want to see any turnovers. It's a nice slow game approach that we do. We don't want to give them easy opportunities with a turnover. All right, that's my number 3. What's your number 3?
My number 3. Get the ball to Terry 10 to 15 times in this game. 10 to 15 times this game. I want to see Terry McLaurin targeted. 10 to 15. The last thing I want to happen is this bull crap. We don't target Terry. Then the next morning they say Trayvon Diggs locked him down. But we didn't target him. And I don't want to hear you Skins fans telling me they didn't target Terry. He was locked down. No. Give him 10 to 15 targets. They're going to play a ton of man coverage. I need to see Terry with 10 to 15 targets, period.
All right, you're number 4.
Number 4. It's inevitable. Heinicke's going to be on the run anyway. So he's going to be Heinicke this game. We want to see the Atlanta Falcons Heinicke, the New York Football Giants Heinicke, and that's what I want. He going to be on a run. He going to be – you know what? Here you go. Remember, do not run boot plays to Micah Parsons' side. Yeah, don't run boot plays to his side at all.
Yeah, we don't need to go his direction. I can agree with that one. My number 4, I also wrote down get Terry the football, and it doesn't even necessarily need to be all targets in the pass game. And it doesn't even need to be all downfield. Get your best player the football any way possible.
This need to be a Giants Terry, a Green Bay Terry, an Atlanta Falcons Terry. Yeah. It needs to be that.
I mean, I hate that we do jet sweeps with Cam Sims and not Terry McLaurin or a tight end screen
when they run it,
John Bates.
They bring in Adam Humphries and Dax Milne to come block.
Yeah, like, I please, if you're gonna do some jet sweeps, let's put Terry in motion. We don't need to put Terry in a stationary position. Make it hard on the defense to find where Terry is. Get him in motion, and he can still run a route in motion, like out of motion rather. Like, it doesn't need to be this. He comes across the line and now he's just a blocker or he's just like a guy that you don't need to use. He can still go deep out of a motion. It doesn't need to be that. The only time that we send him deep is when we put him out wide 1-on-1. No, There's so many different ways you can use Terry. Terry's so good, so talented. Get him screens, get him jet sweeps, get him reverses. Do something to get this guy's ball, hands on the ball. That's what I want. That's number 4 for me. Terry, my favorite wide receiver. Oh, there you go, Tim. There you go. All right. And then the last one for me, similar to the Raiders. I had this on the Raiders as well. And this is even more important this week. The Cowboys are the most penalized team in the league, even over the Raiders. Raiders were number 2. We have to stay disciplined. We did a great job last week not getting down and dirty. We got lucky with the no call at the end of the game, but we only, I believe, had 4 penalties on the game, and it was not egregious. The Raiders had a lot more penalties on the game than I think we ended up with the same amount, but a few of theirs were declined because we had a good play anyway or whatever. So they had more penalties than what was actually shown on the sheet, and we did a good job this last week. I want to do the same thing this week. Stay a disciplined football team. We've been doing a great job all year with that, and I hopefully we stick with that because again, similar to the turnovers, if you start shooting yourself in the foot with some holding penalties, false starts, and get this offense that's not an offense that is a run and gun, and then all of a sudden you're really behind the sticks, that's how you're going to get screwed. That's my 5. So what's your number 5? Oh, fantasy football receiver.
This is a side note. If we get 1-on-1 with number 30 on Dallas, throw it deep. I don't care if it gets picked. Throw it deep every time. He's going to pass interference you.
Is that
number
the Brown
30?
Guy?
Yeah, throw
Brown.
it deep every time if it's man coverage. I don't care if Heinicke throws 10 picks. 5 of them going to get called for pass interference. Throw it. Throw it. If Terry is 1-on-1 with him,
yeah,
throw it. Say Ron Scott, I don't care what y'all talking about. Go 4 verticals. Throw it to Terry. Attack number 30. But my last and final one. Do not leave this game in the hands of Brian Johnson. It's my last one. We left last week's game in the hands of a guy we just signed. And it's 13 weeks. Do not leave the game in the hands of Brian Johnson. No.
All right, that's good. All right, that was fun. And we got the last thing for this game, our score predictions. What do you got there, Jeris?
33-30.
33-30. 33-30. Okay. I'm going 27-23 Dallas. I think I predicted this before the season even started, that we would lose our home game and then we would beat Dallas on the road. So I'm going to stay true to that prediction, and I'm saying we're losing the one at home, 27-23 to Dallas. And yeah, that's how I feel. All right.
3-30. Give me Washington. I'm rolling with them. Win, lose, or draw. Give me Washington.
Fully aware.
Give me Washington.
Fully aware for sure. All right, cool. Well, we got a couple more, or we have, of course, our power rankings and our weekly predictions. But first off, I saved this for the end. What's your season projection the rest of the way here? We're sitting in the 6th seed of the playoffs, currently at 6-6. We're 2 games out of the Cowboys with 2 more games against the Cowboys. So we control our own destiny completely in the NFC, where we could end up being even a 3 seed or a 4 seed if you finish 11-6, or definitely a 4 seed if you finish 11-6. But you may even be able to pull out a 3 seed. What do you think with the situation here, and what's your season prediction?
Thinking 5-0. Give me 5-0. We win out, go 11-6, and put the world on notice that Washington is coming next year. 11-6. We run the table, finish 9-0. Now take that to your bank.
5-0.
Never
That means we had to finish the season 9-0.
9-0.
2012 vibes, right? 9 years later, 2012 vibes. Okay. I say we finish 3-2. And
Boo.
we go 9-8 like I predicted prior to the season even starting. My prediction will end up coming true in a much different way as it usually happens, but I think we end up 9-8. I think we split with the Cowboys, and then the Eagles or the Giants find a way to upset one of us. It's weird division games. I think we should be favored in both Eagles games and the Giants game, but I think we end up faltering on one of them. We split with Dallas, and we end up going 9-8, making the playoffs as a wild card. Probably that would put us at the 6th seed, maybe the 7th seed, but those are my predictions the rest of the way. All right. Let's do these power rankings.
Yes, sir.
NFL top 5 power rankings. You want to go to first on number 5 or me first number 5?
You can go ahead.
Number 5 in the NFL power rankings is the Kansas City Chiefs. I actually think I have it moved down. I think I had them number 4 last week, but they beat their division rival, the Broncos. They're now 8-4 all of a sudden after a 3-3 start. They're on a 5-game winning streak. They have the best quarterback in the league. They have one of the better coaches in the league as well, and they're finding a way to win games, and they're back on track after the slow start, and I have them at sitting at 8-4.
Give me even though they lost last week, give me Lamar Jackson
Lamont
and the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore
Ravens
Ravens.
After a
Loss.
loss.
And they still on top of the AFC.
Interesting.
Still on top.
Very interesting. Okay.
Still
Fair
on top.
enough. Man, we did a good job last week in picking our games.
Never lost.
You only got 2 wrong. I got 3 wrong. You should have got 3 wrong. You picked the freaking Buffalo Bills at first and then changed at the last second. But it was valid. It was valid. You didn't change another day. It was a valid change. Okay, so that's your number 5 is the Ravens. What is your number 4?
Number 4. I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts with the number 4 overall pick.
Indianapolis Colts. Interesting. They're sitting at what, 7-6 right now? Second in their division. Interesting. They have a great run game, that's for sure. They're going into the bye week this week. I can't put them in my top 5 though. Number 4 for me is the one that you hate the most. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sitting at number 4. They got the GOAT, Tom Brady. This is where they're going to thrive at the end of the year because this is the clutch time for the most clutch quarterback of all time, Tom Brady. And I think they're sitting there number 4. They're sitting at what, 9-3 on the season. So they have a top-notch record. And I have them sitting at number 4 on the power rankings.
Green Bay.
Oh, well, I was supposed to go first, but you can go first. Go ahead. You already did it.
Oh. Go Pack, go.
Go
Pack, go.
Pack, go. Honestly, I have them sitting at number 3 as well. Obviously, they're also 9-3. They're a phenomenal football team. They're 5-0 at home. They got a lot going for them. So
we probably have the same 1 and 2. Or they might be flopped, but we
probably flopped because I know that you've been putting this team at my number 2, the New England Patriots. They found a way to win a game on a cold, windy night with only throwing the ball 3 times the entire football game. They ran the ball like 44 times.
Navy-esque.
Navy, yeah. Navy-esque. They literally refused to pass the ball. 3rd and 18, they ran it. 3rd and 13, they ran it. 3rd and 7, they ran it. 4th and 5, I think they ran it one time. It was a run fest. But that's the thing about the Patriots. They can beat you in so many different ways because they're the best coached team in the NFL because they have the best coach of all time. And is that who you have sitting at number 2 or who you have sitting at number 2?
Cardinals.
They got the Cardinals at number 2. I got the Cardinals at number 1.
And I got the Mac
number
Man at number 1 taking over the NFL.
Taking over
Mac
the NFL.
Jones.
What up, W Love? 24-14 Washington. I love it. If we run the table, Ron Rivera should get Coach of the Year discussion for dealing with cancer, Snyder's antics, Bobby McCain existing, drafting long snappers. That's a legitimate argument. If we finish at 11-6, 9 in a row, I mean, I think you have to give Coach of the Year, in my opinion, to Bill Belichick. I think Bill Belichick's earned the Coach of the Year. I don't know if they're necessarily the most talented team on paper, but they're a phenomenal team. What's up?
Ron run the table, he deserves it. Because
I don't know, because if the Patriots finish 13-4,
I mean, the Patriots have a better defense than we do, and they have a better quarterback. So it's not like let's be. I think Patriots.
Well, I think they have I don't know, they have a rookie quarterback though, and
he's better than what we have.
They just won a game without using the quarterback. They literally won the game without using the quarterback.
He's better than Taylor Heinicke.
Mac Jones?
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, it's one in the other. One hand, 6
in
in
one
one
hand. They have a better
half
record
dozen
right
in the other.
now.
They have a better record because of his coaching.
We have Taylor Heinicke with basically half our team hurt and out. That is way more impressive than a team who has everything and winning.
They don't, though. They don't have a great receiving core. They don't have a lot of weapons. They
got better than what we got.
Coached. Their front is their front. I don't think their front seven's better than our front seven.
Their defense is better than ours.
Yeah, because it's better coached.
But their defense is just better.
No, the reason that they are a better team than us is because they're better
so that's
coached.
even more of a reason to give it to Ron Rivera because we know our team is terrible and he still got him 11.
No, they're a better team than us because of the coach. If you switched coaches, we would flip records. I don't think the teams would be any better. I think that the Patriots would be sitting at 6-6.
I just think Ron Rivera would have to get it.
I think Bill Belichick.
I mean, you got Ron Rivera has to get it if he runs the table.
Their secondary's better than ours. There's no doubt, but I don't know about their front.
Oh, their front better than okay.
I don't think their front's better. What
front we got?
Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Matt Ioannidis, Tim Settle, James Smith-Williams.
Barely plays. Tim Settle, they barely get
And then to start the year, when we were losing games, we had Chase Young and Montez Sweat. I mean, that's one of the best front fours.
The Patriots can have them.
Yeah, and the Patriots would have a guy like freaking
Chandler
Jones going nuts when they had him.
Give me what the Patriots got on two edges. I trade Montez and Chase. Give me those two edges of what they got. They better than what we got going. Early on in the season, rather.
But I think a part of it is that they are better because they're better coached. The players are better because they're better coached. I think if I said it once already, I'll say it again. I think if you flipped coaching staffs, the Patriots suck. I think the Patriots are sitting maybe at freaking 4-9 instead of 9-4 with what they have over there compared to what we have over here.
Would you want Mac Jones or Taylor Heinicke?
Would I want Mac Jones or Taylor Heinicke? I don't care. I don't want either.
You want Mac Jones.
I really don't want either one.
They got the Mac Man.
They got the Mac Man who's just a game manager.
Oh, here we go.
I bet you look at the stats, I bet Taylor Heinicke's right there with him, if not better.
He probably is, but I still rather take Mac Jones.
I don't care. He's a rookie.
But he's better.
He has a rookie quarterback right now,
Which
sitting at 9-4.
Doing what Ron's doing with Heinicke or doing what he's doing with Mac?
I think it's hands down what Bill Belichick's able to do over there in the Patriots.
Oh, man.
They literally just won a game without passing the football. They didn't even need Mac. I could have done what Mac did.
Mac Jones is probably about to win Rookie of the Year.
Because of freaking, we both didn't like him coming out, and he went to Bill Belichick, and now he's one of the better ones.
I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't, but I knew if he went there, he would be good.
Why?
I said that.
Why?
Because it's the perfect system.
Because it's the best coach of all time, and he has a reason to become the coach of the year. Bill Belichick.
He's literally a split image of Tom Brady.
Has Bill Belichick ever won coach of the year?
Maybe he should have. But he's literally a split image of Tom Brady. He's actually having a better rookie season than Tom Brady.
Bill Belichick hasn't won
Y'all faking on the Mac man
since 2007.
That's a long time. I think that's
and he lost the quarterback, and he's right back to 8-4, and in a lot of power rankings sitting at number 1. Dude, it's Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick deserves the number 3 coach of the year.
Riverboat Rivera.
Give me Bill Belichick.
With all you tripping, with all the injuries we had.
I don't know what the New England Patriots are dealing with. They might have injuries as well.
Our whole core players are injured. All of them, except for Terry. And all of them. Lie to you not. And it's not even a joke. Literally, all our core players are hurt. Outside of Terry. Even freaking John Allen got hurt last game. All of them were hurt. And he still got a winner. It's crazy.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I mean, I don't think you're crazy if you give it to Ron Rivera. I'm not saying that, but give me Bill Belichick. Jones has had 2 games all year that he's thrown over 300. They're just killing it, man. They're just killing it.
Roger, you just keep running your mouth. You keep saying you trash our approach.
When are you doing a show by yourself?
Roger, you just don't listen. That's your problem. Open up your ears. You can't hear. That's your problem. Our approach versus the freaking Patriots approach are 2 different approaches, because one team understands they actually need to score the freaking points to win a game. They understand that you cannot win a game unless you put up some points on the board.
That's not an approach. Every coach every offensive approach is trying to score the football. Because they're scoring.
We literally go out there and hold on to the ball for no reason. We literally hold on to the ball for no reason. Bill Belichick, you see how many field goals he kicked? He gets you at least 3 points. He understands if in order to control time possession, in order for this to work, we need to make sure that we put ourselves in position to get any kind of points need be. Not just hold on to the ball the whole game and not do nothing with it, which we do. That is what I'm criticizing. We hold on to the ball all game and don't do nothing with it. It's the difference. That's the approach that's terrible. And they just accept that. Bill Belichick controls time and possession. He takes the field goals if they're there. He gets his team in position to get a field goal. He makes it. And then his team plays defense. You know what that does? His defense gets them off the field. They come back right on the field, get another field goal. They might even get a touchdown. Now, look, that's 2 possessions. It's a 2-possession ball game. Now the offense has to press. That's the.
Right, we're not getting back into this. We're about to go into the weekend.
No. Because I want to make it clear to Roger.
It's ridiculous what you're saying, Chris. I'm not going to lie to you. You're basically like saying you need to win the game by scoring. Duh. We all know we want to score. We all know we want points on the board. It's a ridiculous thing.
You don't understand.
Just because the approach has nothing to do with scoring points.
It does.
0. It has 0 to do with scoring points because every approach is meant to score points. Literally, the approach is the exact same with us and the Patriots. They run the football first, and they throw out a play action. They do a lot of running up the middle. They do a lot of running on first down. They do a lot of get 3rd and shorts, and they convert on 3rd and shorts. They do play action to throw deep. It's the exact same approach, and then they score points, and you're thinking that it's a different approach. It's the same approach, but they just score, and then we don't.
We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? The problem is
That
they
we're not
get
scoring.
on the field and they do nothing.
They do. They drive the ball and hold onto the football all down.
And then what? They get
all
right
the way
off
down.
the field, don't they?
What? Who gets off the field?
We do. We drive the ball down
Because
the
we end
field.
up what? End up on third down?
We drive the ball down the field and then we get right off the field and give them the ball back. That's what we do.
What, do you think we don't want to score? You think the game plan is just to give the ball back?
We
get to the 50 and we give the ball back.
Obviously, you want to score. The play calling does not put us in positions to get the points that we need. Freaking Bill Belichick's play calling puts them in the position to control time possession and to get the points. We don't do that. We'll call these random plays, and then it ends up getting us off the field, and we just held on to the ball. That's what we do.
It's the same game approach.
It's not.
It's the exact same.
One
They just
team
score more
actually
than us.
understands that they have to get in position to score.
Yes.
The other
Both
team
teams-
understands that they
both
have to
teams
control
want
the
to score.
time and possession.
All right.
That's the
Let's get into
problem.
these weekly
Period.
predictions. Here we go. Week 14.
Yeah, bye, Roger. You need to leave because you don't understand crap.
I'm so happy with this team right now. Yeah. All right, here we go. Thursday night football. The Pittsburgh Steelers travel to the Minnesota Vikings. What do you got there, Chris?
You said who?
Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Minnesota Vikings.
They got the Vikings.
Give me Pittsburgh.
No, you know what? Give me Pittsburgh. Give me Pittsburgh because Dalvin Cook and Adam Thielen not playing.
Actually, Dalvin Cook might play.
He's still not going to be healthy enough. And
He's
TJ Watt.
He's projected points in the fantasy league right now.
TJ Watt is on Defensive Player of the Year time. Give me Pittsburgh.
All right, Ravens going to Cleveland.
Ravens.
The problem with the Ravens is they're beat the heck up right now. Like, I think they lost all their corners last game. I'm pretty sure. Let me look at their injuries again. Brandon Stevens is questionable as corner right now. Anthony Everett's questionable at corner. Kayvon Seymour's questionable corner. And Marlon Humphrey went to injured reserve. I want to pick the Ravens, but I'm going to go Cleveland. Give me Cleveland at home. Probably a game that Baltimore wins, though, if we're being honest. All right, the Jacksonville Jaguars going to the Tennessee Titans.
Titans.
All right, so you got the Jags. All right. I get you.
You said you got the Jags?
I said you got the Jags. All right, we both got Tennessee. All right, Raiders going to Kansas City.
Chiefs.
Me too. KC, baby. KC. All right. Let's go Saints and the Jets.
Saints.
Screw the Jets. All right. Cowboys and Redskins.
Washington.
I got Dallas. We'll be gladly wrong on that one. We got Atlanta versus the Panthers, a 5-7 showdown. 5-7 showdown.
Carolina.
Give me Atlanta. Sensing a little upset there. The Seahawks versus the Texans.
Seattle. DK should do good in that game.
Seattle for sure. For sure. What up, Thiago? Thiago's got the Ravens, the Raiders, the Saints, Atlanta. Oh, the Raiders over KC, huh? Thiago got Pittsburgh also. All right. Let's go Lions going to the Broncos. They're on a win streak.
Bronx.
Yeah, I got Denver also. I got Denver as well. All right, we got the Giants going cross country to Los Angeles to face the Chargers.
Chargers. Even with all those players being out, they still gonna win.
Yeah, I got the
I
Chargers.
think
also.
Mike Glennon playing or something.
For the Chargers?
Giants.
Oh, the Giants, yeah. You picked the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Me too. All right. 49ers versus the Bengals. This is an interesting matchup. Bengals are at home.
I'm going Cincy.
This is tough. What did Cincinnati do last week? Did they win?
They lost to the Chargers.
This is tough. Give me Cincy. Give me Cincy. What?
You funny, man.
Buffalo Bills versus the Buccaneers.
Give me the Buccaneers.
Ooh, I got them too. TB, baby. TB. Bears going to the Packers.
Green Bay.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Give me good old GB. TB and GB. Oh, this is a fun Monday night matchup. We got the Los Angeles Rams versus the Arizona Cardinals, the two teams that were previously in St. Louis. Who do you got there?
Cardinals.
Yeah, give me the Cardinals too. Give me the Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals. So we got a couple of games different. Which ones we got? Dallas, Washington, Cleveland, Baltimore. Is that it? No, Atlanta, Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all tied up, by the way. Jeris tied me last week. So it's not all knotted up with 4 or 5 weeks to go. So
yes, sir.
Gonna be a dogfight. And remember, loser has to drink a shot of super duper hot sauce on at the end of a show. And they can have a glass of milk next to them if they want to. But yeah, it's gonna be funny on the show. Dang, that's a sick Monday night game. Yeah, for sure, Thiago. Navy or Army, Chris?
I don't care.
Give me Navy.
Yeah,
Take a Navy.
I'll take Navy.
I think we're in for a great end to the season. Heinicke is making me a believer more and more every week. I love that, Templar. I love that. Tim, I'm psyched for Sunday's game. I think I started watching you at the beginning of our win streak. Oh, that's cool. Not exactly the superstitious type, but I'm going to stick with you to the end like the mojo. Appreciate that, Templar. Appreciate that, Templar. Ooh, Thiago going with the upset, taking the Rams. Which is definitely a possibility. The Rams are kind of...
Yeah, it is. Beat up.
Well, the Rams need it to win the division. This is kind of do or die for them right now. If they don't beat the Cardinals here, the Cardinals are going to run away with the division, being at 11-2. But both teams are a little banged up, aren't they?
No.
Well, Kyler's not 100% healthy still. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Well, that was another great show. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out in the chat tonight. Kent Herbert, I like the Redskins country banner you have. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm proud of this wall. This wall is a lot of fun. And then I also have a big Redskins blanket on my window to block out the light from the sun. So I'm proud of the Skins wall. It's a lot of fun putting it together. Anyway, anything last things you want to say there, Jeris, before we roll?
Prepare yourself for a heartbreak.
Prepare yourself for a
But I'm still picking us to win.
There we go. Hail to the Skins, baby. That's right. All right, so just a couple things. We got the Skins in the game tomorrow night before the game, and we're going to do play-by-play for the Pittsburgh versus Minnesota tomorrow night. I'm planning on making, I'm going to say it out loud so I do it, I'm planning on making a preview video now every week for Friday. So look out for that one on Friday. And somebody asked me to make more videos previewing games and also like giving more updates on what's going on. So that's one that I'm going to try to make a weekly occurrence where I do a game preview of the week. But yeah, also number one, if I should have started with this, subscribe to our second channel if you haven't already in the description below. It's the first link in the description. And then we'll, of course, be back here on Sunday, 1 o'clock, for Washington versus Dallas, the classic rivalry, and we'll see who comes out on top. Both teams want this game badly, because if the Cowboys get it, they pretty much lock up the division. If the Skins get it, they're right back in the division, and it's a toss-up from there. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun. Yes, it was me. Yeah, Kokosio, there you go. It was you, I think it was, that asked for that. So I'm going to try to put a preview video out. I'm going to include my 5 keys to victory. I'm going to try to get the injury lists together, kind of give an idea of where everybody's at, and go from there. So I'll be at the game December 26th. Oh, that's cool, Kent. Good for you. Enjoy the game. I used to go to the games all the time. Now I do play-by-play, so can't go to the games. Maybe Jeris and I, though, maybe we'll go to a preseason game next year. You want to go to a preseason game?
Sure.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll make that happen. That'll be cool. And we'll see if Chris hates me by that time or something. Maybe we'll be fighting because Chris thinks I said something stupid, because I probably did. But anyway, all right, cool. If you don't have anything else to say, we're going to get out of here, Chris.
Nope. All I'll say is, I love you, haters.
All right, guys, until next time.